Here is a brief summary of the Canadian news based on the CBC, or Canadian Broadcasting Corporation's website. No copyright infringement intended, of course, but only some public enlightenment on YouTube. The Canadian Prime Minister and the Canadian Liberal Party's federal leader, Justin Trudeau, is willing to let the Ontario Prime Minister or Premier and the Ontario Progressive Conservative Party's leader, Doug Ford, deploy the notwithstanding clause, whereby he wants to have, or almost have, the size of the Toronto City Council from 47 to 25 aldermen or councillors. Tragedy shakes communities that helped bring murder suspect to Canada. The Vancouver church, which assisted with the private refugee sponsorship of the man accused of killing 13-year-old Marissa Shen, will cooperate with police as their investigation into Ibrahim Ali continues. Battle brewing over Indigenous rights recognition framework. Crown Indigenous Relations Minister Caroline Bennett faced increasingly skeptical First Nation chiefs on Tuesday, September the 11th, 2018, who said her government's push on a planned legislative framework on Indigenous rights is moving too fast and headed in the wrong direction. 3 fishermen plucked from Cabot Strait describe harrowing escape from burning boat. A marine Atlantic ferry came to the aid of the captain and 2 crew of the vessel Sulian, which had left Cape Breton to fish redfish. Former Canadian Prime Minister and Progressive Conservative leader Brian Mulroney praises civilized, modest leadership of Bush Sr., in other words, the first President Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush, in contrast to the current US President Donald Trump. Rachel Notley criticizes the Ontario Premier's use of the notwithstanding clause. Wreckage of Alberta couple's plane found in British Columbia months after it disappeared. Meet the Marsons, the couple brought together in Gander during 9/11. Canada's concession on dairy not enough to seal NAFTA deal, US economists say. Greenpeace is suing Ontario government over cancellation of cap-and-trade program. Marvelon 28 birth control pills missing day label stickers, Health Canada says. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau warns of potential massive disruption in car sector as the NAFTA talks resume. TREB is still cracking down on realtors posting home sales data despite court ruling. The British Columbia stock promoter led lavish lifestyle while evading millions in tax, alleges CRA. Will Doug Ford's many legal battles help or hamper his agenda? Experts are divided. Black Bear Cub looks for a spot at Intercity Shopping Centre parking lot in Thunder Bay, Ontario, incidentally one of my former hometowns. Toronto mining company hits 15 million Canadian dollars worth of gold in rare Australian nickel mine find. Humboldt Broncos coaches prepare for highly anticipated emotional home opener. U.S. Ambassador in Appleton, Newfoundland and Labrador for 9/11 service. No place I would rather be. Why overdose may be the wrong word when it comes to cannabis. Calgary Council does not take Olympic off-ramp, votes to hold city plebiscite on 2026 bid. Day 2 of MMIWG hearings in Iqaluit, Nunavut, I believe. Small Northwestern Territory community wants to grow all its own veggies or vegetables by 2020. Cost of Ottawa's latest LRT, or is it light rail transport, delay climbing into millions. Warmer temperatures and sun come on Wednesday, September the 12th. Ottawa police won't use roadside saliva test for pot checks. That was the news summary for Canada in English.